Good evening, ma'am.
Very good evening, ma'am. Ma'am, shall we start the session?
Yes, ma'am, please.
Yes, yes.
Thank you so much. So, education can replace an empty mind with an open one. So, a very positive good evening to all dear participants. Dignitaries of Research Foundation of India, our distinguished subject expert, Dr. Ankita Jan, ma'am, and Nikita Kanelwal, the coordinator of this 10 days FDP here, to heartily welcome you all once again. As we all know that today it is marked the day third of our FDP program on how to write a good research paper. Right? So, and for this, the topic of today's session is questionnaire design and development. Today, again, with a vast knowledge of the subject, Dr. Ankita Janmayam here is again with us. She will guide us and provide comprehensive information related to the topic. So, I consider it as my good honor to have this opportunity to invite Dr. Ankita Jan ma'am on this platform. So without any further delay, I would request to ma'am to please hold the platform. Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you so much, ma'am. And thank you, Team RFI. So, as you already know, we have already met yesterday in a session on problem identification and art of writing a review of literature. And today, in third day of this program, we are going to discuss over questionnaire designing and development, which is a very, I can say, the heart of the research. Because if questionnaire goes wrong, the whole analysis cannot be good. Okay, it will not give you the desired results, or it will not be perfect for your study. So basically, we should know that what is the right type of questionnaire should be designed, how it should be designed, how to collect the data, what type of question should be there. These things should be considered. So that today we are going to discuss about the designing and development of the questionnaire. So let me show you my slides. I hope my slides are visible and I'm audible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible and audible also.
Yeah. So in this, we are going to discuss about data collection tool, that is questionnaire. So questionnaire design and development. So a questionnaire guide to questionnaire development. A brief thing I would like to say that it's a critical component of a survey research, which involves constructing a questionnaire. Questionnaire is having number of questions which needs to be answered by respective respondents of the study. So there are two types of data in general in the research methodology. There is one is primary data and another one is secondary data. So as we were discussing yesterday about the review of literature, so we were talking about the earlier research, the published work, any particular records, reports, any client histories, mass media, any service records, any published data, whatever is there. If we are using that data for our purpose, for analysis or any other purpose, so that is the secondary data, which is already there existing. But when it comes to primary data, so data observed or collected directly from the first hand experience, that is primary data. So primary data is basically the data which is first hand. We are collecting right away for the purpose of analysis, which is already was not existing, right? So a question is a pre-formulated and written set of questions to which respondents records what their answers, usually within rather closely defined alternatives. Means most of the time they are given with the options and people are answering to those. So respondents, and there are so many alternatives are there, and they are suggesting, basically alternative means we are suggesting choices for the answers to the respondents. Now if we talk about the type of questionnaire, it can be a open-ended, close-ended, or mixed. If we talk about the open-ended means when you are having free choice of answer, means whatever you want to answer you can do. But when it comes to close-ended, so you are provided with the options that you have to choose only out of those options which are available. Alternatives are provided to you. Then semi-structured. In this, there are some questions which are open ended, there are some questions which are close ended. Now, elements of the questionnaire design. If we talk about this, identifying the questionnaire content, number one, then we have to write or select the questions to measure different variables of the interest, whatever variables you are having in your study. Then construct the questionnaire. Then you have to finally construct the questionnaire. So first, need to understand what is your title, what is study is all about, what survey needs to be done, which kind of question needs to be asked. To basically first identify the questionnaire content, then you have to select the question so that the variables can be measured. On the basis of those questions, the variables can be measured, and then you have to construct the questionnaire. Then a questionnaire is more than questions. So basically, it is not just questions. We have more than that. Like there are so many things which one questionnaire is going to fulfill. So before designing the questionnaire, you have to decide. One is studies purpose. What is your purpose? What is your aim? What are your research questions? What are your hypotheses? What are your objectives? As we have already discussed number of things about this kind of a title, that whenever we are designing a questionnaire, obviously we could have done it review of literature, but out of that we will get a research gap, and though that will be helping us to reframe our questions, research question, and objective, and that will lead to prepare hypotheses. And accordingly, this all should be done before the questionnaire designing. So once the questionnaire designing is done, that should be based on all these. Then identify what do you want to measure. So accordingly, the questions should be included. Then you need to understand, develop a preliminary analysis plan. Means also you should know that which kind of questions which you are taking into the questionnaire. Also, which kind of analysis. Somebody is having their mic on. Please turn it off. Team manager, please look into it. Yeah. So basically, we have to decide upon a preliminary analysis plans. Means you should have a general idea what exactly you are going to achieve or you want to achieve, what are your expected outcome. So which kind of test would be suitable. For example, whatever objectives you are having, you are deciding upon the hypothesis. So which kind of test we are going to apply. Just tentative idea we can get, and accordingly we should start preparing the questionnaire in the same way. Then decide the data collection mode. So how you would how we would be doing the data collection through the interview, paper pencil, any computer based assistance you are taking, hard copy, going one to one, interview, observations, whatever the method you are going to follow for this. So everything needs to be answered before designing a questionnaire. Then if we are talking about the consideration when you are writing the question, so first, which kind of or type of question you are selecting, that also matters. Then response formats. I'm going to talk about one by one about all these, but still just telling you once. Type of questions, then response format, and the questions wording. If we talk about the number one, that is type of questions, open-ended question or close-ended question or partially close-ended questions. Then if we talk about the question format, so open question will give you more information, but it will be difficult to codify, enter, and analyze. Means you must be knowing that whenever we have to analyze the data, we should have it in the 0, 1, 2, 3, in form of numbers, right? Because software does not take any data in that way. So data should be quantified. In that case, whenever you are giving any open-ended questions to people, they will write whatever they want to write. So for each and every question, the answer would be totally different. But when it would be a close-ended question, so obviously there are fixed number of answers. Means you have already given the option. So people have to choose only out of those options. So you will get less information, but it would be always easy to codify, enter, and analyze. Otherwise, in case of open-ended question, you have to read each and every answer. And you have to understand in which direction they are going and what they want to say. Then you have to understand. Then you have to interpret those. Then you have to codify those, right? So most of the time, you should try to use close-ended questions. Especially when you are doing any quantitative study, close-ended questions should be there. When you are doing any qualitative work or qualitative study, so open-ended questions should be done. Open-ended questions are having so many advantages and disadvantages. So basically, these are helpful in exploratory work. It Researcher doesn't need to know the universe or any particular positive answers. But they can answer whatever they want, and whatever suitable to them they will do, and what is more important to them they will write. So they are not bounded anywhere. When it comes to close ended, because they have been given with acceptable responses, some options are given, so it would be always easy for the people to respond. They can just tick on it and they can answer. They don't need to think. Obviously it gives you standardization. For example, you are having category of age, there are four categories, so you can also categorize people in like 20 to 30, 30 to 40, 40 to 50, like this, so it will be standardized. Otherwise people will write their ages like 45, 60, 65, 21, 23, 32, whatever. So it will be like affecting your responses. Less variability in interviewers performance, then less time to administer the record the performance response, because obviously you are having close ended question, you have fixed answers, they are replying and you have to respond. So close ended questions are already given options like yes, no, or any kind of frequency can be given, like this: confident, very confident, somewhat confident, don't know, like this. But when it comes to open ended question, you have to give the options without any answers. Like you don't need to give the option like this. The first one is having open ended question. Sorry, second one is having open ended. When you have talking, so you turn off your mic, everyone. In the second part, you can see there are this is open ended question where people have to write. In the first one, there are options: one, yes, no, or don't know. So people can click on it. Just they can give the option by saying yes, no, or don't know. Response formats again can be different. It can be a categorical. See, you can see this, that if some you are asking about the somebody's working hours or something, so it can be less than 10, 10 to like this. In the order related, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 can be given from one extreme corner to the another extreme corner, means very good to very bad. It can be highly confident to the very low confident. And in an order, their options are given, but they are from different categories. For example, you are asking for any of the option and you are giving different ideas. Close ended means some options are given, but also there is option to like for the opened answer. Like for example, you have asked someone what is their position in school or college or something, so you have given some options. But if somebody else is carrying any other position, they can write it there. So then again, whenever you are codifying such kind of data, in that case what you have to do, you have to people who are writing their positions, so that you have to codify individually. Visual analog scale, this kind of scale you must have seen at the shopping malls, or where they want to rate your experience. So you can say that very good or very bad or neutral, you can relate. I think you must have done it earlier. Designing individual questions. So most of the questions are having again different categories. Open questions can be there, closed questions from the different categories like rating, ranking, list, quantity related. See, like this. So basically, when it comes to list questions, so it can be having a list of like list of cities, list of states or something. In categories you can give different age categories. In ranking you can say ranking the people 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the rating you can rate the people like 2 star, 3 star, 5 star. In the quantity question you can tell them like about the age, year, anything which in terms of words, sorry, digits. When it comes to last one, that is matrix, so it can have two, any of the mix of these two. So this kind of question are coming under the close-ended question. Now, while constructing the questionnaire, there are two things which needs to be mentioned. One is order and flow of question. Another one, the layout of the question. See, I am going little faster. The reason behind, I am going to give you a hands-on experience, a practical overview of the Google form as well. So that will answer you all these things which you are, listening to me. But that will give you more insights about preparing a questionnaire. Okay. So if we're talking about the constructing the questionnaire, so order and flow of question means which question should come after what. Then the layout of the questionnaire. What should be the layout? It can be designed to make reading question and filling in a particular way. So it can be like all type of question which are having same categories, same kind of responses. Like for example, Likert scale or something that can be used. If you are writing the variables, demographic variables, so those can be considered in the beginning. So like this, the layout of the questionnaire can be decided. If we talk about the characteristics of a good questionnaire, so it should be concerned with specific and relevant topic first. It should be short. Number three, directions and wording should be simple and clear so that every category of person who like all type of people who are filling that questionnaire can understand. Now, one more thing I would like to again focus on the second point, that is should be short. Means now people who are pursuing their PhD scholars will say that to understand their variable or to identify different answers to their objectives, they need to be very much comprehensive in terms of preparing a questionnaire. I'm not saying that your PhD should have 20 questions. It can have 50 or 60 or 70 or 80 or 90, whatever. But keep an ideal number of questions. Like 50, 60 is more than enough because people do not fill it. And again, it would be very difficult to understand. So if it is a questionnaire or research paper, it can have 20, 25, 30 questions around. When it comes to questions of PhD questionnaire, it can have 40, 50 or 60 questions around. As less as you can use in terms of PhD and as comprehensive you can in those questions only. Then any embarrassing question, presuming question, hypothetical question where people have to think should be avoided. It should be presented in a good order, like it should be in a proper sequence. Like for example, you are asking their education qualification, their income, their family type, their family size and everything, then you are asking what is your gender. So that's not the way. You should ask the name, then gender, then age, then education qualification, their working category, what their occupation, their position, then their income, then their savings or investment. Like this you can carry it. It should be presented in a good order. Also it should be attractive. If it is a hard copy, it should be neatly printed and clearly arranged. If we talk about the formatting, create a form to obtain the consent. Sometimes it is like we have to do it for a different category of people where we'll be needing a consent. So you have to explain the reason why you are pursuing this study. For example, dear respondent or dear whatever, to whomsoever you are putting this, so explain the reason of the study and how you respond to the questions. Means also you have to tell them that if you are using number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example, strongly agree, agree, neutral, like this. So you have to do one more thing. You have to tell them that 5 stands for was this, 4 stands for this, and like this. The it should be clearly explained. Also, you have to mention that dear respondent, I am pursuing PhD or doing this research for so and so purpose. My title is this, and your information will be kept confidential. Also you have to assure them that that information will be used just for academic purpose. So such kind of things needs to be there. Proper question, emotionally neutral question should be there. Also, don't put anything important in the end. Try to keep it in the beginning because people get lazy when they are filling the questionnaire in the last. They really lack the interest while they are filling the questionnaire. Consider skip patterns, and wording should be simple. It should be proper general language, but it should be simple, right? Then it should have that you have to make sure the clarity how to express the questions. Also avoid the offending questions, appending responses. Also write questions like people talk, not like people write. So you should use proper words, proper academic writing you should use. where people feel like that it is a proper language, the WhatsApp language, personal language, any particular e- personal word should not be used. So do's in the questionnaire. First, start your questionnaire with a title, an introduction, or a welcome message. Provide the confidentiality and anonymity. If somebody doesn't want to write their name, you can keep it optional. Follow the method that keep it simple and stupid. Means it should be very in a layman's language that everybody can understand. Write questions and responses with clear, objective, proper grammar, simple words, and sentences should be complete. Be specific while you are asking the question. Don't be very vague. Then place personal and confidential question at the end of the question. As I've already told you, if there is something important you need to ask, you want to ask, then it should be in the beginning or the middle of the questionnaire. Require respondents to carefully read each and every question by varying the way of question asked. If you want to make their uh, let the interest of the people be into your questionnaire, then you can change different formats. Any interesting things can be done. Different type of image and videos can be used if it is required. Allow don't know also or not applicable kind of responses wherever it is appropriate, so that people, if they don't want to say yes or no, they can answer something else. Also, test your questionnaire. Means pilot study is important to for the testing of the questionnaire. Don't in the questionnaire. Number one, don't be vague. Don't use many abbreviation, acronyms, jargons. Don't ask leading question. Means one question, then again next question towards that, next question after that. So it should not be like this. Every question should at least be independent from each other. Don't ask open-ended question until unless it is not necessary, as it would be difficult to codify and analyze. Don't ask double-barreled question. Don't ask hypothetical question, and don't ask respondent to make unnecessary calculation where they have to think. So the questions asked should be relevant to the research problem. Constructing the questionnaire, so putting the questions properly in order. So beginning, there are questions should be in the beginning, middle question, and some closing questions. It should include instructions wherever required. Clarify different categories. Like some question must be having list, some questions must be having two or three options same, some questions must be on the Likert scale. So depending upon that, check boxes, radio buttons, or like this. Then ask one question at a time. Don't stick side by side. Just one question at the same time. Number question consecutively and simply from the beginning to the end. Creating the new questionnaire. First, whenever you are creating a new questionnaire, so generate potential items of the instrument. Means which question should be asked and what who are our respondents. Then test it, correct it, and pilot it again. Means pehle you have to test it, then you have to, if there are any changes, do correct it. Then again try it that it is good or not. So test it again. Means a pilot is again. Pilot study is all about testing the questionnaire. Then train the interviewers or whoever is taking data. You have to train them so that they can understand the meaning of your study or the purpose of your study and they can respond. Data coding, entry, then analysis. The questionnaires can be sent through different modes. It can be a postal if we are in the hard copy, emails can be done, internet ways can be done, social media and the different messengers can be used, links can be shared, manual delivery and collection can be done, telephonic interviews can be done, direct one-to-one face-to-face interviews can be taken for the purpose of collecting the responses. Now, the last part of my study, but the most important, which I am, whatever I have told you till now, I'm going to, you will be able to understand all this in this particular Google Forms. So let me come to this. Here, I hope everybody is looking at it. I'm just creating one Google form. Create Google form. So how it should be done? Just a minute. I think setting has. Let me click here. Create Google form. So from here I can click and create a forms for different work. There are various type of questionnaire and modes are there, but here I'm just selecting this go to forms. Okay, directly it is taking me to a form. It will be like this. Also, wherever you are having your mail ID from here as well, see, in this there are different things. Google Doc is there, Google Analysis is there, and sheets are there, slides are there. Here also we are having forms. So if we'll click on the forms, again you will be on the same page. See, either you go like this or you go like this, it'll be in the same way. See, now this is what you will see whenever you want to whenever you want to create a questionnaire. So see, even nowadays the Google is changing various settings like this they have changed. So I'll be telling you about this one by one. So I hope everybody is concentrating on it. This now this next 15 minutes are going to give you, if you have never prepared a questionnaire before on the Google forms, so it can be a very good session for you to understand how to create a Google form. So let me tell you, first of all, you have to create this. So all the points which I have uh, 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 covered till now as a theory, I'm telling you practically. So I'm just taking one health related or health routine questionnaire. So here I am writing one title. So whenever you can see here also it's untitled form, but whenever I click on it, so something it is written here, so automatically it will be like this. But if I want to answer or make it something else, so questionnaire on health routine. Okay. Now form description, I can write that dear respondents or whatever to whomsoever I am like responding. This study, I'm not writing everything. So it just this study is all about this. Please fill the form, and this information will be kept confidential and will be used for the academic purpose, or you can say office purpose only, wherever you are using it, purpose only, right? So this is how you can say. You can also thank them. Also you can write write your name or whatever you want, or you can also start writing from here if you are a scholar, that dear respondent, I am so and I am pursuing my PhD on this particular topic, and you please respond my questionnaire or something. You can also mention the name of your institution where you are pursuing your PhD or currently working, whatever you want. Okay, now let me start. I'm going to explore all these things. Okay. So, see, already there is one question. So, I am just mentioning the name as the question. So, automatically, first, whenever asking name, so Google is already intelligent. So, they are taking all the options automatically. But I am selecting it short answer question because name would be a short thing. Okay. So, one type of question is this. Now, you can see one thing required. I have in the settings I have did it manually that I want all the questionnaire to be required, but here I just want to keep the name optional. Maybe my question everybody does not want to fill, or they don't want to put their names in this, so optional I'm keeping. So I have made it unrequired, but whenever I click on the another question, it will be automatically required because I have added in the setting. So from the first one I am adding the questions. Okay, so I have added one more question. After name I am just putting gender. See, now it should have some options, so automatically it is choosing multiple choice. So I can say male or female. Now another question I am adding. See, now second option was paragraph, so I can ask them tell me about your health in last 1 month, whatever it is. Okay. So they can write a paragraph on it as much as they want. Or how was your health? I can ask them. Also, I have used this multiple choice question once in the gender, but again, I'm using it just for the sake of understanding age. Again, here I am just choosing again the multiple choice. So I can say in the age, I can say up to like up to 20 years, 20 to 30 years, 30 to 40 years, or whatever I want, I can keep. Or last, I can say more. I can add some more category. I can also like add others, or I can say above 40 or 50. Last category, whatever I am keeping. After that, I can say above 40 years. So see, I have added. I have told you about short answer, paragraph, multiple choice. Next one is check boxes. Next question I have added, and I have chosen check boxes. So what do you use in everyday's health routine? So what do you follow? I can say. For example, I can ask them about the health routine: running, jogging, swimming, gymming, cycling, anything. Okay, so this kind of question can be asked. Next, now let me show you the preview of this till this now, and I'm be telling you. See how I have what I have done. See, health routine. This will look like this. The name is optional, so it will be like not giving any stitch mark here. But in this, see the red mark is there, the stitch mark. So gender is showing one, male or female. Then here you have to write something as a paragraph. In the age you have to write 20, 30, 30 to 40, whatever you want to. See, the last one I was using, that is checkbox. In checkbox, what happens? I can choose as many as I want. But when it comes to these radio buttons, if I'm choosing the category of one, it will be automatically selected one, and second one would be another one would be deselected. So I can be like this. In this, I can choose as many as I want. Now next one. Now next is I'm choosing as drop down box. So maybe the doctors are taking the responses, this kind of form they are filling, and they'll be asking for the response. So maybe they are asking for the state you belong from, or any kind of city they think, or any whatever. So see, for example, I'm writing state MP, UP, Bihar, Maharashtra, Rajasthan, whatever I want, I can add as many as responses I want. So I here, because it is from all over India, so I can also put the names of all the cities. But when you see that, if I'll not be using a drop down box, so it will look like questions like the 1 2 3 4 5 29 30 and or respondents would be there. But see, when I'm using this, so see what will happen. It will be like this. Only you have to put this and you have to choose. Okay. Okay, there is one thing I can see that today itself it has been added. I don't know, but like in last 5 6 days it has been added by the Google. It is showing not published. So I'm also using this particular for the very first time. So from here I can also publish. Means till now it is not published to the people. So here I can publish anybody with this link. They can see. Publish I am doing so that everybody can see. This has been added very newly by the Google. Means in the last session when I was taking last session, it was not there. So I think we will be seeing it now. It will be here once I'll refresh it. It will be also like this to me published. Okay. Now next is Next question I'm using. I have told you a short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, check boxes, and drop down. You can also add the option of file upload. For this, you have to give the access to the your drive. For example, because you are asking for the patients and some people who are having health issues or something, so you can ask them to upload their prescription or any previous prescription, last prescription, or the prescription, whatever you want, and in whatever category you want. Like if you want to allow them to upload any specific file like image, PDF, or document, or any spreadsheet or something, so obviously the best would be an image or a document, or sorry, any PDF or a document for the purpose of any prescription. So this kind of option would be there. So when it will be given to you, so see how it will look like. So I'm also giving you the preview mode. So see, from here I'm choosing any city, state, and from here I can add the file from my any of my drive or my computer or my laptop. Okay. Now again I'm going back. Again I'm adding a new question. From here, linear scale can be used. Means last week's health. According to you, how was your health in the last week? I just want to. So it can be from 1 to 5, it can be from 1 to 9, 10, or whatever. So I can say one is very good or one is very bad. Okay. In this, see how the people will see the answer or the respond category, because I have used a linear scale method. Okay. Linear option. If I was feeling very good, I can say, but I was not very bad or not good. So I can be neutral, or I can be towards very bad, or I can be towards very good. Okay, next. Again, there are different categories. Then is one more thing, rating. Rating again can be given to the people. So this kind of question can be added in the last. The rate our services, rate our clinic or whatever, rate the hygiene in the clinic or whatever you want, rate our doctors. Again, it will look like this. So you can rate the 3 star, 4 star, whatever you want. Next question with the next option, that is multiple. See, now you need to understand these two. One is multiple choice, one is multiple grid. So whenever it is about the choice, so what do you include in your daily routine? So again, I can say jogging, running, and eating habits, control on eating habits, or whatever you want to add, like gymming, cycling, or I can also ask them that what do you think are good for your health whenever whenever you are doing in your daily routine. So I can say that jogging is good. So it can people can say yes, they can say no, or they can say maybe. See, maybe. See, see. Like if you think that you can asking the people that jogging is good for their health, so they can say no, but maybe they may not be following any of like gymming, they are not following. In that case they can say that maybe, because they are not doing it, so they may be like not in a good mode, or not in a condition to understand or like doing that yes it is good or not, so they can answer accordingly, yes, no, or something like this. The next one is Basically, what happened in the multiple choice grid, I have used only one type of options, and various questions were asked in the same way. Otherwise, one by one, if I'll ask the question individually, so it will cover 5 questions and the questionnaires length also. Now I am using one more option, not a multiple choice but checkbox grid. So now again you can ask some question which are having multiple categories, or they can click good for mental health, for the physical, for the emotional, or for spiritual health. Okay, and now I want to ask what? Eating good, exercising, maybe running, whatever. See, you can ask whatever you want. Cycling, drinking water regularly. See, because I have not used multiple choice, I am asking checkbox grid. So see how it will look like. See. So the question is, what is the good you think accordingly? So good for mental health, eating good, exercising, and drinking water. This is good for my mental health. If we talk about the physical, so exercising, running, and cycling should be there. Emotional, for emotional health, obviously eating good, and also exercising gives us strength while we are thinking. In the spiritual case, so obviously all the things should be covered, I can say, like these 4 things. So this kind of answer, multiple choices can be selected. So this is difference between multiple choice grid and uh, this multiple choice grid and checkbox grid. Okay, now date and time. So for the date, last date of visit at the clinic. So you can, whenever you will say, see how it will look like. See, you can select the date whenever you have visited the doctor's office. Okay. Now there is one more thing. Next, the time of visit. Maybe it may be in the morning or in the evening. So whenever you are putting this, so people can select again. See how it will look like. Time of visit was like maybe 8:30, 8:30, maybe the AM or PM. You can select accordingly. Okay. So now see. I have told you short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, check boxes, drop down, file upload, linear scale, rating, multiple choice, checkbox, date and time. All type of questions I have covered. I have told you from here you can add a question. From here you can import the question. In the import of question, you can select any other questionnaire from your drive. You think that you want the questions from this questionnaire, so you can select, and this the question from that questionnaire would be here. So for example, you can select any of these and you can import those questions would be added here. Okay, I'm not adding it right now, but you can add it. Then for example, from here I want to add one title. So see, after this, any title like health, I want to give the name. A title can be given through this particular section. So here I'm not making the section, but I'm just making the headings. Health related question, daily routine related question, any doctor's visit related questions can be added. Also, there is any image can be added. It can be added from your any photos, Google Drive, Google Images can be taken and added here. Any video can be uploaded. Also, if you want, you want to add the title. Apart from title, you want to make the section. You can put a section here. So there are 2 sections. In that case, why to put the section? If somebody is not completing one section, they will not be able to change the they will not be able to change the this thing, like next section they cannot move until unless they are not moving to the next one. So see, let me show you, because the section is not having any question. So let me put it here. There are some questions should be here. See, section. I'm just giving the name routine. See, because in on the health, all questions are. Let me answer some question. Otherwise, it will not let me, because it is compulsory. So see, if I'll not answer the questions, I have to answer the question before I proceed. Until unless I will not do this, it will not let me allow. You can also keep some options, maybe not compulsory. For example, prescription over, if somebody has not visited them ever earlier, so you can put this not required, and then you can go to the next step. Right now it is taking it as add a file, so I can add a file. Example, I have uploaded this, and see, now I can move to the next step. Still, I haven't answered all the questions. It is not letting me do it. Just a minute. Let me complete all. So see, until unless I'm not filling all the questions, it is not letting me move to the next step. So it is talk about the routine. I have given the name just for example. So time and last date of visit. So once I will do this, then only I will be able to submit this. So see, now I have covered all type of questions, also the category which is coming here. Then from here I have published it. From here I can share. Means if somebody is collaborating with me or somebody you want to share it with, so you can also do one thing. I just put it here. Just a minute. See, for example, I want to set it with someone or share it with someone. You can send it to them from here. From here you can copy the link, and this link can be copied anywhere on the mail, on the messenger, or anywhere wherever you want. Okay. Now from here, I was showing the preview mode of this. From here, you can customize the theme. See, see, now you just have to understand this as well. I was showing. See, I'm just going up. See, header can be changed with any of the particular. See, just see to the health routine word. I'm just changing the font, type of the font. The questions font can be changed. See, the text font can be changed. See, now the background color can be changed like this. See, I can make it a little darker. I can make it anything, whichever I want. See. So this is the beautification of the questionnaire. Also in the theme, there is one thing. I can choose the image of the header. For example, I want to choose this. It is related to medical, so I'm just choosing this. So I can insert this image. You can also upload it from your drive or from your computer, laptop, anywhere from where I want. As per the image, it also chooses the theme, so you can again change it if you want to. Okay, so this is how you can do the beautification of the form. Then from here you can do the redo, undo, preview, link, copy, and have share and published. And the last one, you can make a copy of this form. For example, a doctor is using this kind of form every for a different month. So you can make a copy from here. You can delete it, this form. Anything can be there. So there are different things which I have mentioned. One is responses when somebody is submitting the form. Okay, let me show you this as well. Mhm. I don't know why it is not letting me submit. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened to this. So whenever somebody is submitting, just a minute, let me show you another form. So it will be showing the respondents response here only. You can see, then finally you can link it to the sheet. You will be getting the forms from here. From the settings, I would like to show you defaults of this form that I have. You can also collect the email ID. You can click it here, and every person has to put their mail ID. You have to make a questionnaire by default. I have added this. See, you can click it from here, and because it was selected, so my all questions by default were like this. Just a minute. Drive. I'm just going on my drive. See, for example, I have submitted the responses. So one response is there. So see, individual response summaries can be look like this. Okay. Then see, all type of questions are there. Get the answers like this. If you want answer question wise, you want answers, responses individually, this can be done. And whenever you link to the sheet, so you can create a new sheet for the same and see what will happen. You can see the answers here. So one respondent, one answers like this. So right now only there is one option, so you can see it here. So see, I hope you have understand all the questions, patterns, and everything. So all the things can be considered from here. Now my session is over from my side. Like I have told you about the Google form. I have also given you any particular response, how to give the response, and how to make different types of questions. And I have told you it practically. So if anybody is having any doubt, they can ask me a question. Anyone? Thank you so much from my side. I have told you each and everything from my side. If anybody is still having any doubt, they can ask me of this.
Ma'am, how to
Yes.
restrict the selection? Like
Of?
when there are multiple options. So
Uh-huh.
if we want only one option to be selected from five options, so like is there any restriction that we can do it? Like so that
So
is my
you have to
question.
choose multiple choice question option. In that, only one person can answer only one response.
Okay.
Yeah, I have shown you that multiple choice name is multiple choice, but only one option can be chosen. Where you are getting the round circle or for the answers.
Okay. Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
Any other question?
Hello, ma'am. Thank you so
Yes.
much for informative session. I just want one ask one question. If my
Yeah.
friend has created this form and he share the link with me, can I see the responses?
No, see, in that case, you have to be the collaborator in that form. If two or three of you, like I'll show you just a minute. See, there is one option of collaboration. See, just a minute. if here it is like you can also restrict people, either it can be the multiple people where you can do this. Also you can make people the collaborator. Just a minute. I think the Google has changed the setting. When I was taking last session, so it was not like this. But let me show you. Just a minute. Let me check it from where it can be done. It can be done as a like you can publish it when you are making it to the people. Just a minute. See, when I am adding someone, you can put them as the editor. Right now he will be just look at this mail as a responder, but now if you're making him editor, so he'll be like a collaborator. You can send this to them, and the person whoever is collaborating with you, they can also edit the form. Otherwise only people can view it, or they can only respond to it. They cannot edit it until less you are not giving them any editor rights. So anybody can from here can be added as the editor. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Any other question?
Any more questions, participants?
Any other
Hello,
question?
good evening, ma'am.
Yes.
I wanted to ask you about the publishing option again. Like it says publishing, so where would that get published?
See, publishing means just, for example, earlier you must have, if you are an academician, you must have seen that whenever we were preparing the quiz for the students, it was like we could have prepared in advance. But if we want, whenever we want, like for example, 2 days after we
Ma'am,
have
I
to
think
take
no
the
one
test,
is
we can
having
publish.
any question. Thank you so much.
Nikita,
Thank you so
somebody
much,
was
ma'am, for
asking. I
make
was
this
answering.
session wonderful and very
Nikita, ma'am.
informative because of your all efforts. So thank you once again for spending your precious time on our platform, ma'am. And thanks to all the
Yeah,
participants
Nikita,
for
ma'am.
being very cooperative and patient listener. Have a good day to you all ahead.
Khushi, are you listening to me?
Yes, ma'am, I am.
Yeah, I think Nikita ma'am could not hear to me, so I was just answering your question. So it's just like if I want to prepare it now, but I want to publish it after 2 days or 3 days, so we can do that. So it is just like, so it is a new feature that Google has added. I think until like 15, around 10 or 15 days back when I was taking the session. So nobody, that's this kind of option wasn't there, but now it is there. So you can prepare your Google form now in advance and you can publish it whenever you want. It's just like that.
Okay, got it, ma'am. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Any other question?
Hello. Uh,
Yes.
are you getting me, ma'am?
Yes, yes, yes.
My question is that without the email ID, that can we send a question, send a Google form to the WhatsApps
Yes, yes. I
without?
have shown you that from sharing option, you can click on the link and link can be copied anywhere, wherever you want, on the messenger, on the email, or wherever you want, any social media, anywhere.
Uh, could you please tell, repeat that how to import this question into the Excel sheet?
I have shown you that from where you can see the response on the right hand side, you can see link to sheets. You can do it.
So it is connected to the Excel directly?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so thank you so much, everyone. If you still have any doubt, you can connect to Team RFI and we will revert you back. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, ma'am, and thanks to all dear participants and especially yoga.